Hello and welcome to CTE 4640 for the spring 2026 commercial. I'm recording this at the end of spring break in March, so hopefully you all had a great spring break. But as you get into this module, we're getting to the last month of the semester, so please make sure that you check your points, make sure that you have received all the credit that you've earned for the assignments. And if you have any questions as we get here toward the end of the semester with the activities, the assignments that are coming up, please let me know. Let's go ahead. We will go in and get into module 10. And you're seeing my screen now. So we'll go in and enter the module. And let's get in here. There we go. There we go. We're going into the module. The photo I'm sharing, I took this a couple years ago. This is in southeastern Oregon, um, probably about 30, 40 miles from Jordan Valley, looking at about 40 miles north of the Nevada state line. And this is called Steens Mountain, southeastern Oregon. It's a beautiful mountain ridge that extends for many miles. And when you look at it, the sun's right, the clouds and the colors through the clouds, it's just a spectacular view out in the desert where there is just nothing. So we'll go ahead, get going. You're watching, and this module has been updated, so you're going to be watching the updated recording. And for this module, the focus is on work-based learning. I've got an example from Pasco, Washington, that provides it explains workplace learning and provides an example. Then I'm sharing a web link with you on work-based learning out of Arizona. Again, it defines it, it provides examples, shows how Arizona does work-based learning. Then I have two work-based learning research-based articles. And I've got the links here where you can click on them, click on both and download them. So let's go here on the questions to consider, things to think about. The first one is from two researchers that published in the Journal of Career and Technical Education, for which I am the editor. And let's see here. We'll click on here and hopefully this will download quickly. Yeah, this one is called Work-Based Learning for All, Changes in Internship and Cooperative Education Participation Over Time. And this is by a researcher from Ohio State and also Cal Poly out of Pomona, California. So let's close this. And the things to think about, the first one, how do how do the authors study describe patterns of participation in work-based learning, and what implications do these patterns have for ensuring equitable access to WBL opportunities across different student populations, such as gender, social populations, and rural students in your future CTE program? The second one is based on the findings linking WBL participation to career readiness and student outcomes. How might you intentionally design or integrate WBL experiences within a CTE program of study or career pathway to improve both academic achievement and transition to work success for your students? So the second one is a dissertation. Um, I click here real quick. And this is a long dissertation, 98 pages. What I'd like for you to do is focus on two of the chapters from this dissertation. I'll go down here to the table of contents. I'd like for you to focus on the literature review, which describes the key components, key concepts of work-based learning. And then go to chapter 5, which has the discussion, conclusions, and recommendations of this author's findings. And this author completed this doctoral dissertation with Walden University, an online school. But there's some interesting findings from her research, and, and take a peek at that, give that a good read. And again, focus on the lit review and the final chapter, the discussion, the conclusions and recommendations. And so the questions to ponder, to think about uh, for this is, how does Hewitt, 2026, the author, use experiential learning theory? And experiential learning theory is the framework, the theoretical framework that grounds career and technical education. And how does the author use this to explain the role of work-based learning in student development, and how can you apply these theoretical principles when designing WBL experiences within a CTE program of study or career pathway? And then the next one, based on the author's findings about student experiences in WBL, what specific skills, such as employability skills, confidence, critical thinking, were most influenced, and how should those outcomes shape the way you structure, facilitate, and assess WBL opportunities in your classroom? Okay, so those are the things to think about. So let's now go to the final rating, and this is from uh, uh, chapters 12 from the Smith and Fanning, and that is on, can you afford college? And the two questions to consider: what strategies can you use to help students evaluate the cost and benefits of post-secondary education? And how will you use the information from chapter 12 to improve your professional practice in providing career guidance to your students? And then you'll post your uh, reflection. And as you can see, I have posted mine. And again, it is suggested that this module be completed by April 12th. And if we also go in and take a peek at things that are upcoming assignments. So we go in here, the experienced teacher observation, that's due April 15th. The third lesson plan is due May 1st. And then you will have a teaching video and reflection also due May 1st. And that concludes the introduction and instructions for module number 10 for CTE 4640, Career Guidance Transition to Work. As I said earlier, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to let me know, and I will talk to you later. Goodbye.